9:37. Want to welcome to the program Tina Sinatra. Good morning.
Good morning, Rollin.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am wonderful. You know, it's just an honor to be able to talk to you, and obviously the tie-in with the family legacy that is such a big part of not just the music world, but the entertainment world, and I think beyond that as well. It's interesting, the project that we'll talk about here that you've got going on with some of your dad's music and stuff. Well, let's talk about you just a little bit. You probably aren't a name that is as well known as your two siblings, Nancy and Frank Jr., but you have your own legacy that you've created in your lifetime.
Well, I tried. I did try. I just didn't take the public road. I stayed a little bit more quieter. The cricket on the hearth.
You did a lot of, not so much in front of the camera, you did a lot of producing behind the camera. You had a little bit of time early in life, if I saw the timeline correct, with some music. But you're probably more behind the camera in producing and directing some
That's
things.
what I did,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I started out as a literary and talent agent, and I just to learn. It didn't help me. I had no business acumen. I still don't. But I have the right people that get me through that part of it. I just was not outgoing. I'm a shy type. I'm the shy one.
Now, how does that personality compare to your siblings, your sister, your brother, and your dad? Because sometimes we see these stars, and they're out there, and you think, oh, boy, they handle it so well. But when you really get to know them, they're actually kind of shy. Is there any shyness in your family at all besides you?
Absolutely not. No, they were all, Dad, Nancy, Frankie were comfortable in the public on stage. I would throw up, I never liked it. I do it when I have to do it in some form now, but I'm never comfortable.
When you think back of your family, your dad and so forth, what are some of the good memories that you recall of your dad, Frank Sinatra?
Well, the memories are mostly about him coming home and being with us, taking us away on trips or on tour, or having time with him. As you can imagine, if we weren't a separated home, he was gone 85% of the time anyway. And you throw on top of his schedule the fact we had separate homes. Time together was too precious, and we would get as much as he could allow. But this is a man who was playing a nightclub at night and shooting movies in the day, and before that he was making tour runs around the world for 3 months at a time. It was not easy, but he would keep in touch and always called at dinner time when he knew we were all home, and he did what you would think he would do. He was an Italian father through and through, and he could have been nothing less than that, and that's pretty good.
Well, that's great memories. Tina, you were the lead in choosing songs from his catalog of so many songs, and I'll tell you, I'll listen to Sirius XM and listen to the Sinatra channel many times throughout the week. But you chose 20 songs and put it together for this project called Baby Blue Eyes. Tell us real quick what that project's all about and what's on there. Well,
it's because he's so multi-generational, and because he's gone 19 years, that's 1 year short of a generation, and therefore is another one about to start. I sort of thought newborn interaction, playtime with mom and dad and baby, and but really the first, hopefully, of 3 volumes directed at the smallest little creature that we bring home. He would like this. That was the number one thing. And what struck me was his toast from the stage to each audience was, "May you live to be 100, and the last voice you hear be mine." And why not the first voice, when in fact that must be the case, because he's now going into, the 7th, actually 8th generation. I think he lived through 6.
Wow.
Then there's a generation without him, and now there's another one starting. And if I'm right, because I've heard it 100 times, 1,000 times, children are listening to him early on in their lives because the parents are playing the music. And he said, the only reason I will ever sustain or continue to sustain will be if I'm heard in the home. So I just thought it was time to do something wonderful for babies, and soon I hope toddlers and pre-adolescent stage, and create a little Sinatra library very personally for each little child.
And
that's my thinking.
The library is called Frank Sinatra, Baby Blue Eyes, May the First Voice You Hear Be Mine. You can purchase it. You can stream it down. It's available now. And I'm sure there's be more than just babies that are going to be enjoying when this is playing in the household.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point, yeah.
I look forward to playing that loud in our household. Tina, it's an honor to be able to talk to you today.
I thank you, Roland, very much. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, and I look forward to the next project, and enjoy the week.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.